Good afternoon to you. We'll have the latest on Bertha in just a moment, but first, a breaking story unfolding right now in the Connecticut River in Hartford. A small plane has gone down just south of the Charter Oak Bridge near Brainerd Airport. Rescue crews are racing to get to the victims, and Channel 3's Jeffrey Cole is there live on the scene. Jeff, what can you tell us?
All right, Gail. Just about 11:30 or so, a small plane apparently trying to land at Brainerd Field went right into the Connecticut River. I'm with Bruce Murray. He's going to take some shots now and show you exactly what's going on out here. We've got rescue crews from communities all around the river here. What we know is that 6 people were apparently on board the single engine, what's described as a Malibu plane, when it went down just at about 11:30. Now, listening to radio reports, that's the police radio that we carry with us, it appears that all 6 are accounted for, but we can't actually confirm that because we haven't had official comment yet. But 6 people on board, and again, listening to radio reports, 2 were children. At least one of the children has been picked out of the water. In fact, along with most of the other people on board, we think everybody's accounted for. Once again, cannot confirm it, but 2 kids were on board as well. We're going to now, let me show you some videotape that we got earlier of a man who also had been picked out of the water, was put in an ambulance and taken out of here. It appears that this man was, in fact, the driver, the pilot of the plane. We do not know at this point why it is that this happened. Apparently, the plane was trying to make a landing at Brainerd Field and ended up right here in the Connecticut River. Now, when you were looking at pictures back live a moment ago, you saw that it was really hard to see the plane, and that is because apparently it's just south of the Charter Oak landing here beyond the Northeast Utilities plant that sits out here. Again, from radio reports, it appears the tail of the plane is sticking out of the water, but for the most part, the rest of it is under the water when the thing hit, again, at about 11:30. Gail, that's about all we have here now. As you can see, there are boats in the water from East Hartford, Glastonbury apparently has been called in. State police divers from Portland are getting their act together. They're coming this way as well as divers apparently from Colchester. But right now, to recap, a single-engine plane described as a Malibu, 6 people on board, went down in the Connecticut River at about 11:30 just south of the Charter Oak landing near the power plant here. We have reports unconfirmed that all 6 have been accounted for. Those, however, again, are unconfirmed. We're told that at least 2 of the people on board were children. Gail, back to you.
Other than the same thing that Jeff's been hearing on the scanners, we've been told by the crews actually out in the river, the East Hartford and the Hartford Fire Department crews on boats deserve a lot of credit. They got out there quick and got to these people, but we're hearing that everybody is okay. There obviously have been injuries. There's concern for how serious they are, but everybody was plucked from the water, still alive, no fatalities. We're told at this point that Hartford Hospital has so far received 1 victim, but they've been told to expect more at this point. What we can say is a little bit contradictory to what Jeff's heard out in the scene, but we've been talking to Brainerd Airport, and apparently this Piper Malibu was a single-engine private aircraft, again with 6 people on board, was apparently taking off from Brainerd Field. And for those of you who don't know, Brainerd Airport is right adjacent to Route 91 northbound, just south of the Charter Oak Bridge by the big trash-to-energy plant that you see on your right side as you're going up 91. Apparently, as this plane was taking off at about 11:15 this morning on runway 11, which heads off down to the south, as it took off, it has to go up over a dike, a berm with trees on top of it, and apparently right when it got over that berm, it went down and went into the water. So this apparently was on takeoff and not a landing approach. At this point, it's believed this is not a local plane. We don't know where these people are from, but the first word we got from the folks at Brainerd is they don't think this is a local plane, but just where these folks are from, who they are, we don't know at this point. Once again, 2-year-old and a 5-year-old on board, but again, Gail, we can't stress this enough, having done a lot of these over the years. It's nice to hear when everybody comes out of these things alive, and hopefully they're not too seriously injured.
One to the east and went down over the other side of the dike. We can't see the crash site from here. The media appears to have more information than we do at this time.
Where was the airport? Where was the plane going, Joe? Do you know?
No, we don't, and it's not a requirement. You know, we wouldn't normally know.
Did you hear anything in the tower? Did the pilot radio for help, or did he give any indication of what was causing the problem?
No, there were no transmissions made. We'll, of course, listen to the tape later, but at this time, there are no transmissions made.
Okay, so from your point of view, the plane took off, and from what you could see and what you could hear, everything was fine until you heard that it went down.
Well, we saw it go over the edge of the dike, and we knew it was going down.
All right. Joe Hogan, thank you very much for joining us live today at noon. We appreciate it.